I was actually just joking about it on Twitter, but it's enough. We collectively, as web developers, really don't know how to create close buttons, so it's becoming reality. I'm adding a segment to this channel called Is It a Button? So, here's the deal. About 2 years ago, I wrote an article for HTMHell called HTMHell Special Close Buttons. And in these specials, I listed 11 different bad implementations of close buttons I found online. And I found these 11 different patterns in less than 2 hours because there's just so many websites that get close buttons wrong. And what I will do here in this new segment of the channel, of the HTMHell channel, I'm going to inspect random sites that I visit. Wherever I find a close button, I will inspect it together live with you and we will check if it's actually a button or something else. Okay, so I have 3 sites and what I hope for is that this video is super boring, that on all 3 sites we find a nice beautiful button that is perfectly labeled and just works with the keyboard, with a screen reader user and with a mouse. But I can guarantee you that this will most likely not happen. Okay, let's check out the first websites. So this is just, it doesn't matter what kind of site it is, but they have this nice little search, and when I click in the search field, a pop-up shows up. And there are actually 2 close buttons, but let's just focus on the main close button of the dialog. So the first thing that I do is I just press somewhere in the dialog, I press tab and see what happens. Okay, so the first focusable item is the search field. If I press tab again, I'm out of the dialog. Okay, this doesn't look great. Let's inspect the button. I'm calling it a button because maybe it's actually a button. So let's see. We have, okay, web components. Okay, here it says something pw dialog constructor close. So I guess that this is the close button. It's a div. There is an event on it. So it's just a div. There's a nested span, nothing special here, and an SVG. So what's the problem here? I can't focus this button using the keyboard because it's not an interactive element. It doesn't provide the information that it's actually a button because it doesn't have an implicit or explicit button role. And yeah, it has no label because it's just a div and a span and there is no text alternative for this button. Okay, it's not a button for this div, for this closed div. Okay, so our very first site failed. Unfortunate. Okay, let's try another site. On this side, there are actually 2 close buttons. So let's see. Let's start with this one. This looks like a nice little close button. Okay, there are some hover styles. That's nice. I press tab. Okay, I can see there is focus styling. It's not around the button, but it looks fine. Let's see. Okay, let's inspect that. All right, we have, okay, it's not a div, it's a span. Nice. Again, it says something like close, so it's an indicator that this is probably actually the thing they used for the close button. And yeah, there's also a click event. Interesting here is that they're using ARIA label on this span. Now, this sounds like a nice idea, you know, to make this span accessible by putting a label on it, but it's not a semantic element. So there's no point in using ARIA label here if it's just a generic element like a span. Okay, there's another span nested inside and it has a tab index of 0. So this is what we can focus. And you can see that the size of this span is different to the size of the whole thing. So yeah, I mean, the thing is, I can focus it. I can press enter. I probably can't press space. I will try that in a second. So it's accessible to keyboard users, but not to screen reader users. They can focus it, but again, there is no label and also no semantic role that would convey, hey, this is a button. So one last check. Let me press space. Okay, nothing happens. If it was a button, you could use enter or space to close it. If I press enter, it's gone. Okay, so we have one div, close div, one close span. Let's try the last one. Okay, how refreshing an actual button. It's a button element, that's nice. It has an ARIA label. It has no content, so they're probably, yeah, they're using a background image. It has an ARIA label of close, so it's a proper button. It has the button role. It has a label, that's fine. Now let's see what happens if I, yeah, okay, so if I force focus or focus visible on it, there's actually focus styling. This is pretty great. Yeah, this is an actual button. That's a good one. I like that one. So if I use the keyboard here, you can see there's focus styling. If I press enter or space, I'm closing it. Nice. Okay. That's it. I guess this is, I don't know, for me, that's an interesting exercise. The next time I find 3 new websites or 3 new close buttons on websites, I'm going to record another video. Thanks a lot for watching.